Hello and welcome to the third day of Yoga for Dad. Today we'll be going through a Vinyasa sequence, about 15 minutes, and we'll start seated. You can have your hands on your thighs or your left hand cradling your right with your thumbs touching, your eyes gently closed or at a soft gaze, rolling your shoulders back, feeling your sits bones making contact with your mat, your pillow, your block. And starting to feel present in your place, in your spot, in your space. And let's start to take some big breaths in at the count of 4. So breathing in at 1, 2, 3, 4, and then breathing out at 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, breathing in at 1, 2, 3, 4, and holding. And then breathing out for 4, 3, 2, 1, and holding. Again, breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and holding. And then breathing out for 4, 3, 2, 1, and holding. And just continue with your normal breaths. And maybe at this time you think about an intention that you'd like to carry through your practice today. It could be a word, a phrase, something that you're working on. It's something that'll empower you through this practice today. And then we're going to breathe in, bringing in hands overhead. You can continue to leave your eyes closed if you like. And then hands come to heart center. This time we're going to breathe in and our gaze is going to follow our hands up to the sky. And then breathe out, let's twist to the right. And our gaze will look over our right shoulder. Again, breathing in, hands are going to come overhead. And then breathing out, let's twist to the left. Gaze is going to go over your left shoulder. And then breathing out, let's bring our hands up to the sky. And then we're going to find a tabletop position. Let's do a couple cat-cows here. So breathing in, arching your back, gaze comes up. And then rounding your spine, belly button towards your spine. And then arching your back. And rounding your spine. And then we're going to find a downward facing dog. So pedaling out the feet, creating any movement that feels intuitive to you. Pushing into your hands, coming up on your tippy toes. Connecting with your breath. And then we're going to bend our knees and hover over the mat. And then push up into your down dog. And then hover. And then push up. As you're doing this, you're activating your core. Again, hovering. And then push up. And we're going to walk our feet to our hands in a forward fold. Maybe we're grabbing opposite elbows, creating a gentle bend in your knees, allowing your belly to rest on your thighs. And let's release the hands rolling all the way up. Hands are going to come overhead and then into heart center. And we're just going to go through a sun salutation here. So hands are going to come overhead, forward fold, halfway lift, forward fold, and then plant your hands on the mat. Right foot comes to the back, left foot comes to the back, and then you can also release your knees down to the mat, whatever feels good for you. And then let's slowly release all the way down to the mat. Hands are going to come by your head, and let's push up into a Sphinx pose. And then release down, pushing up into a downward facing dog. Taking a couple breaths here. And let's bring our leg, our right leg, all the way up, bending our knee, opening up the hip. And then we're going to bring knee to nose, rounding the back, and then shoot it up. Knee to nose one more time, rounding the back, and then shoot it up. And then we're going to swing our foot in between our hands, releasing our left knee down to the mat, finding your stability here in this low lunge, and then raising your hands overhead. Maybe your gaze follows. And then we're going to twist to the right, opening up your arms. And then bringing your hands overhead again, framing your foot, and then swinging your right leg all the way up to the sky in a three-legged dog, and then releasing your foot down to the mat, pushing your hands into the mat, pushing your hips towards the back of your mat, and bringing your left leg up, bending your knee, opening up your hips in a three-legged dog. And then we're going to bring knee to nose, rounding the back, and then shoot that leg up. Again, knee to nose, rounding the back, and then shoot that leg up. And then we're going to swing our foot in between our hands, releasing our right knee, coming into a low lunge. And then bringing your hands overhead. And then twisting to the left, opening up the arms. And then bringing your hands overhead, framing the foot, and swinging the left leg up into a three-legged dog, and then releasing down. Let's walk our hands to our feet in a forward fold, and then rolling your body up, all the way up to standing, rolling your shoulders back, hands by your side into Tadasana. Taking a couple breaths here. Hands come overhead, breathing in, and then hands come to heart center. Hands come by your side, and we're going to go into a sun salutation again. So hands come overhead, breathing in, breathing out, forward fold, breathing in, halfway lift, breathing out, forward fold. We're going to shoot out into our plank, all the way down, up into cobra this time, shoulders down, and then push yourself up into downward facing dog. Taking a couple breaths here. And we're going to come into pigeon. So lifting your right leg, we're going to swing our right leg forward, bending your knee. So your right knee is going to come by your right hand, and then your foot is going to come by your left hand. Bring yourselves into pigeon. You can always take this on your back. And then if you'd like, sinking down. Releasing your hips, breathing into those spaces that you're still holding. And then let's sit up, sit on your right hip as we swing our left leg around. You can also straighten out your right leg or leave it tucked in under. Bring your right arm up to the sky and we're going to twist to the left. Maybe you hook onto your left leg, or you can just squeeze, hug your leg. So looking over our left shoulder, breathing in length, breathing out twist. And then we're going to face forward, come back into our downward facing dog, kicking our left leg up and then swinging it into pigeon. And let's come down. If you do find space, a lot of space underneath your left hip, you can put a blanket under. Give yourself stability. And then let's swing our right leg over our left, bringing your left arm up to the sky and then twisting to the right. And then we're face forward, bringing both feet to the mat. And then we'll gently lower ourselves down to the mat. Bring your hands overhead in a full body stretch. Breathing in that goodness and releasing out any tension. Bringing your knees to your chest, rocking from side to side. And then allowing your knees to fall over to the right side in a supine twist. Your gaze, if it feels good for your neck, is towards your left hand. Breathing in and releasing out. And then we'll twist over to the left side. Again, gaze can follow. Breathing in and releasing out. Now we're going to come forward. Feet are going to come up to the sky. In a waterfall. And then release your right leg down and then your left. Ready for Shavasana. Breathing in, releasing out. Allowing your mat to cradle you. Releasing any tension that you still might be holding, maybe around your mouth and between your eyebrows. And just allow yourself to rest. Shavasana. You can bring a little movement into your fingers, into your toes. Maybe again, bring your hands overhead in a full body stretch. Rolling over to one side of your mat. And then when you're ready, pushing yourself up into a seated position. Hands come to heart center. Eyes can be closed or a soft gaze. As we come back to our intention, and then maybe dedicating the merit of this practice to someone or group of people or something that might need it. Sending that energy out. My gratitude goes out to you for joining me today. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste. So if you did like the session today, and if you'd like to support me in spreading mental health awareness and drug addiction, please like and subscribe. There's also a donation page in the description. Feel free to click on that. Thank you very much for joining today.